And it's hadith number 1766, in which Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu wardah, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لأن يجلس أحدكم على جمرة فتحرق ثيابه فتخلص إلى جلده خير له من أن يجلس على قبر. رواه مسلم. SubhanAllah, this hadith is about the dangers of taking it lightly to insult someone who's dead, even if this person was in the grave. Like someone perished long time ago, probably. A grave, are you allowed to sit on it? Because in some cultures these days, the cemeteries are no longer just for burial. Social life happens over there. So they sit down there on the graves because it's made of probably maybe marble or rocks, whatever. So they rest over there, sitting on the grave. So the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith, he says, قال, it is much better for one of you to sit on a live charcoal. Imagine a charcoal. So to sit on it, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which will burn his clothes and get to his skin, than to sit on a grave. Like it's better for this person to sit on charcoal that would burn his clothes all the way to the skin than just sitting on a grave. This is how dangerous that is. Why? Because it goes back to the principle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned at the very beginning of Surah Tabarak. He says, الَّذِي خَلَقَ الْمَوْتَ وَالْحَيَاةَ لِيَبْلُوَكُمْ أَيُّكُمْ أَحْسَنُ عَمَلًا. He created death and life to try you, to test you. Who's going to be best amongst you in their good deeds? So when it comes to death, it's a significant matter. It's nothing to be taken lightly. Which is why the Prophet ﷺ, he keep reminding us. And he says, أَكْثِرُ مِن ذِكْرِ هَادِمِ اللَّذَّاتِ. Keep reminding yourself about the destroyer of all pleasures. What is the destroyer of all pleasures? Death. Like no matter how much you think you're going to enjoy this, when you realize, oh man, I'm going to have to leave it. It's going to come to an end because you're going to die eventually. It really sours that moment for you. Similarly, when you think that life is eternity in this dunya, and then you realize you're going to die eventually. Suddenly just like, oh my God, so what am I going to do in my life then? Suddenly you start thinking about, how tight, how short this is going to be. So death is important. The Prophet ﷺ, one day he was sitting down and a funeral procession of a Jewish man was passing through. So the Prophet ﷺ, he stood up for that procession. As-Sahaba, قالوا يا رسول الله يهودي. Like he's not even Muslim. So he looks at them, he goes, قال إن الموت شأنه. Death is a significant matter. Like what's wrong with you? Does it matter? Death is a significant matter. And the biggest significance of death is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is testing us and trying us to show and telling us that we all belong to whom? To Him. منها خلقناكم وفيها نعيدكم ومنها نخرجكم تارة أخرى. From this earth, we've created you. To this earth, we're going to put you back in. And from the same earth, we're going to bring you out from. To the Day of Judgment, obviously. So it is a significant matter. That's why the Prophet ﷺ is showing us the importance and the significance of respecting death. Even when it comes to going into a cemetery, he says, don't step on graves. He even said, don't walk between graves with your shoes on. If you can't take them off, you should. And he said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, do not sit down on these graves. SubhanAllah. This is how significant the matter of death is, ya jama'ah, how important that is. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from bad ending, ya Rabbil Alameen.